Hello and welcome to FanPark Live. Remember, we are powered by OneFootball, one of the best applications for football news, statistics, and all that malarkey out there. Click on the description below. The link is there. Manchester United have just been beaten by Man City 2-1 in the English Premier League. A game that I'm going to sit here and be as unbiased as possible about. You all know I'm a Manchester United fan. Some things I'm really proud of. Some excellent football by Man City at times. But a game that leaves me massively frustrated, both statistically, in performance terms, and just a few players from the Man United side just letting their team down. How many points clear is that for Man City now? Was that 11 points clear or so at the top of the league? Is the title race completely and utterly over? Are we witnessing one of the greatest sides in Premier League history in the blue half of Manchester under Pep Guardiola? Or do some of you think they're a little bit lucky today? For the first time this season, Man City did not rip a team apart. I don't remember a Kevin De Bruyne, a David Silva moment where they were making Man United look absolutely silly. Goals from Lucky, poor defending from Manchester United, great saves from their keeper at the other end. An interesting game. We want your calls. We want your views. We want your opinions. 0203 606 0315. Get your calls in. We're going to listen to your views and your opinions. Lukaku, should he be dropped after that abysmal display from him? And interestingly, I'm seeing people say things like, oh, I'm sick and tired of defending Lukaku. Well, you shouldn't have to defend Lukaku if you're fair in your analysis of him. Sometimes he's great, sometimes he's poor, but today was absolutely woeful from the big Belgium, really poor. First call coming through now. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name, buddy?
My name is Daniel.
Hello, Daniel. How you doing, my friend?
Not good.
Yeah, you sound like a Man United fan. Why are you so disappointed?
Lukaku's performance.
What was wrong with it from your eyes?
Didn't try much.
Do you think there was no effort from him, or is it just he wasn't good enough? Because he looked like he was trying to me, but he just couldn't hit a barn door today.
He wasn't good enough.
Would you drop him for the next match?
Definitely.
There we go. Thank you very much for your call, Daniel. There we have it straight away. First caller in. Drop Lukaku. That's a big question. Whatever platform you're watching on, by the way, wherever you're watching this, please hit that like button. Please hit that share button. We want as many views, as many opinions as possible on this. We really, really do. To give you my standpoint, I thought Lukaku does need to be dropped. Because he didn't put in the right level of performance today. He couldn't score when he had great opportunities to. He didn't hold the ball up well enough. And this has been a regular occurrence from Lukaku of late. Interestingly, this poor performance from Man United. City, though, have gone out there and equalled Arsenal's invincible 13-game unbeaten record. I think that's 13 wins that they've won. Is that 13 wins or 13-game unbeaten run? Yes. 13 wins. I've got to double-check that. Can they do it? This is probably the hardest game of the season for City. Away at Manchester United, the second-best team in the league. And they pulled it off. Are they going to go all season unbeaten? Is this the best Premier League side we've seen? Because I was actually impressed with the way Man United nullified them at times today. But Man United just couldn't do it at the other end. The big question is why. Another call coming through here. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name, my friend?
Good evening. My name is TJ. How are you, Terry?
I'm very well, TJ. You a City fan, Man United fan?
Man United fan.
Man United. How are you feeling after that game, my friend?
I feel, well, obviously I'm not very happy. But I have been noticing this Lukaku, and I don't really think it's completely Lukaku's fault, to be honest with you. What else could he do when he's up front? We're not really doing much with the ball to sort of, penetrate City. We were just swinging the ball up there, and I just feel like Lukaku shouldn't get the complete bashing, to be honest with you.
No, he shouldn't, because there were other performances today, and Herrera, absolute tosh in the middle, couldn't pass water, couldn't hold on to the ball. We didn't create an abundance of opportunities for Lukaku, but from many games now.
It was quite embarrassing, the fact that the United team looked kind of scared of City. Yes, granted, they're going to have possession, they're going to have that, but we should have at least, had some kind of, okay, we're not going to have the ball, but let's overpower them. Let's run, let's take the game to them. But it was just so you know, oh, we're scared. Like, it was really, really embarrassing. That's why I don't want to blame Lukaku too much. Pogba not playing clearly shows how much we need Pogba. I didn't think it was going to be that much of a problem not having Pogba, but today was quite obvious to me now that without Pogba, we're kind of crap when we're going up against teams like City. I think we're going to steamroll everyone else. Personally, we're going to get second. That's a fact. But unfortunately, if Man City wasn't in the league, we would be champions. But they are, so there you go.
There we go. Look, I really appreciate that call, TJ. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So TJ there, a little bit of support for Lukaku. Interestingly, some stats that have just been put up in front of me though, right? So the first lot, we've got two little different things here. So this is today's performance from Lukaku. No goals, no headers won. That can't be right. He couldn't have passed completed zero. That has to be a bit of trolling, but I nearly read those out as fact. Interestingly though, Lukaku against the Premier League's top six. Wow, yeah, 15 goals in 62 games. You compare that to Harry Kane, 16 goals in 28 games. It's not working for him. But it isn't even the goals that frustrate me. What frustrates me from Lukaku is his inability to use his strength. He's more than just a big, strong, dynamic player. But you're up against Otamendi and company. Throw your weight about, knock them to the ground. It don't even matter if you give away a foul or two. We are open for some more calls. 0203 606 0315. And I'm going to go to some comments in a moment as well. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name, my friend?
Donald.
Hello, Donald. What's your thoughts on the game, buddy?
I mean, it was very disappointing, obviously, but it's not tricky.
I assume by you saying disappointing, you're a Man United fan, right?
Yeah.
What disappointed you about the display today, though? What was wrong with it for you?
I mean, the full team was just rubbish, like the defenders were doing all right, but the attackers were pretty medium, you know what I mean? So it was pretty annoying.
Lukaku's getting a lot of stick. Do you believe he was the worst player on the pitch for Man United today?
I don't really think the fault was Lukaku, to be honest. I thought it was all the attackers, We've not got that world-class attacker that Manchester United used to have, Like, Rashford is a medium player. Lukaku is older plays in the greatest, So everything was just falling apart, They weren't really connecting together. So it's just disappointing to watch, We were very boring, We were trying to play long balls, but it was just not clicking right,
In terms of a lot of people as well talking today about the fact that United went with two men in midfield against Manchester City's three, dominated in the midfield area. Do you think Jose Mourinho got his tactics wrong today? Or was it just a masterclass by a wonderful Pep Guardiola side?
To be fair, I thought Pep just won the battle, I don't have any excuse for Jose, Pep just won the battle, like we couldn't even break on the counter, He set up his team so good that when we had the chance to counter, we couldn't counter because it was just, I don't know, it was just fair play to him, by the way.
Well, you say that though. Let me put this to you. I'm looking at some stats now from OneFootball.com and their application, right? They scored 2, we scored 1, right? They had 14 shots, okay, but 7 of them were on target. We had 8 shots, 5 on target. They blocked 4 shots that we had. They completed 16 clearances from inside their box, the same as Manchester United. We got at them on the counter-attack today. We just didn't deliver. We didn't finish. So,
yeah, but don't forget those chances came at the end of the game. Everybody was already tired. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I understand that. But Man United have scored a lot of goals in the last 10 minutes of games this season. And when you looked at the way, City didn't rip Man United apart today. Because City didn't rip Man United apart. Arsenal beat Man United up a lot more on the pitch.
Yeah, I know, but okay, look at this now. Imagine replacing Anthony Martial with Ivan Perisic, replacing who played the right wing today, Rashford with Willian, and getting a good striker. That's a good striking force. Having Lingard in the team in the starting 11 isn't going to win the league. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally understand. Look, thank you very much for your call, my friend. We really appreciate it here at FanPark Live.
Right,
thank you. Look, I understand what people are saying here. Statistically, look, you have to read into the statistics. You have to look at the context of it. City completed more passes and had more possession. We've seen numerous games in just the last week on FanPark Live where the team with most of the ball and possession doesn't win the game. So they don't really impress me. But things that do are passing accuracy. You look at the blocks, the interceptions. You look at the types of saves that goalkeepers have to make. The City goalkeeper today had to make more saves than David De Gea. So Man United attacked. We just weren't potent enough. We didn't convert the chances. City didn't rip Man... Look, I think City are the best team in the world right now. I've said that openly. But they didn't rip Man United apart. What got me, Jose should have played 3 men in midfield, no doubt. Lukaku should have been pulled off that football pitch because he was having an absolute nightmare. And Ander Herrera needs to be taken out of this Man United squad at the end of the season and better quality brought in. Got another call coming through to us now as well, so wait for that to come through. Then I'm going to go through some YouTube comments. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name, buddy?
Noah again, from this afternoon.
Oh, hello, Noah. How are you? What's your thoughts on this game, buddy?
Man United could have won that.
Yeah, how though? What do you think they did wrong not to win the game?
It was defenders.
Say that again?
It was defenders.
Our defenders?
Yeah.
What did Man United's defenders do wrong?
They should have got the ball and they should have cleared it.
Yeah, but it was the striker in defence. Our defenders played wonderfully well today.
Oh yeah, it was Lukaku. Lukaku should have played better.
Okay, cool. Cheers, mate. Thank you. I don't really know what Noah was talking about there, to be honest with you. The defenders of Man United played astoundingly well today. They kept the best team in the world at bay. It was 2 poor clearances from set pieces that led to Man United's goals. 2 of the scruffiest goals City will score all year. They still got the points, though. That's the main thing for them. Their fans ain't going to care. They're really, really not. But I don't think we should be getting at any of Man United's defenders today. And Lindelof came on and Man United looked so comfortable at the back. That boy needs to play more. Some of the comments coming in here. And Herrera was woeful. The man can't play. Mo Rahman says Man City aren't rubbish. When their form fizzles out, just wait. Their form's going to fizzle out, just wait. Well, I think City are actually in poor form. But they're still winning all these games. Another call on the way through right now, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hi, Tez. My name's Dave.
Hello, Dave. City fan or United?
United, 100%.
What's your thoughts on that game, brother?
Right, first of all, listen, Lukaku's not a full ticket. We all know that, certainly for sure. Secondly, Pogba, without him, we lack ideas. We lack ideas through the middle, through the sides, and also, I would also take Herrera out at the end of the season. We need a solid number 10. The only way Lukaku is going to survive at that club is if we get a number 10, someone like Dybala, perfect, who will actually give him the balls. Now, Lukaku, he's like an oil rig, 4 in, 1 out. I just don't think he's the full ticket, you know? And Jose, I think, look, now, what the point I'll make is I wouldn't even probably bother buying in January. I'd wait, because now the title's over. I'd wait till summer, get a decent, solid, decent replacement, and get rid of all the deadwood. There's no point going to panic buying January and buying Griezmann, all this bollocks, So that's what I see. I just think City are ahead, to be honest. They're just...
Look, yeah, City, 11 points clear. I totally get that. In terms of deadwood, who do you consider to be the deadwood at Manchester United?
Firstly, Herrera. Secondly, Lingard. Yes, he puts in 1 and 2 performances. He's born and bred on the football pitch. That's why he's playing. Take that scenario out, he wouldn't be there. Let's have it right. I mean, if Lingard wasn't there, he'll be somewhere like Everton, Stoke. Let's have it right. I'll take away other, deadwood players such as even Jones. Lindelof is not quite a full ticket, I'll say. Mata, he's not really a title-winning, like a number 10 title-winning side. He lacks pace. If you don't play Mata in the number 10, you don't actually see much of him. He doesn't create nothing. So for me, there's still 6 or 5 players that easily need to come out, and Jose needs to spend at least we need to spend at least another 250 million.
Wow, it's a big amount of money. Do you think Jose got anything wrong today tactically in terms of the formation? What was your viewpoint on Jose's performance as manager today?
Look, it's so easy to point a finger at Jose, but it's who you've got to work with. It's like a workman working on his tools on Monday. You work with only the tools you've got. And he knows that deep down, and he knows he hasn't been backed. I mean, look at Pep. Pep is a little rich kid who's just been brought up with, guess what, daddy's wallet, there you go, buy anything you want, there you go. Now, he's come up the hard way, Mourinho, because he hasn't actually got the money he has, like Pep has. So guess what? He's had to, try to dig deep, try to get the best out of the average players such as Lingard. And, you can see that it's not quite matching up to the world level class. And today exposed that. Exposed it.
In terms of, look, I understand where you're coming from with a lot of these point of views you've got. How far behind, I know we're 11 points in the league, but how far behind this City side do you think Manchester United are currently? Is it a case of bringing in 3 or 4 better quality players, a few of the deadwood leaving, and do you think that'll be enough to compete and be right alongside this City team in the league?
Let's have it right. City are good at strengthening. Pep's just not going to sit back and, just see Mourinho strengthen. They're going to strengthen. And look, I don't like Pep. What I rate about Pep is he's ruthless. If you're not cutting it, you're out. Simple as that. No ifs or buts. And that's what Mourinho needs to start doing at Man United. We are Man United. We've got an in-depth history. I mean, City came to our park and mugged us off. Look at the way they were celebrating at the end. They knew they've won a title. People like Kyle Walker, going home happy. Yet, I'll tell you what, I've now won the title at Tottenham. I would have never won a title. People like Fabian Delph, you think when there's at Villa, he's win the title. You see what I mean?
I really appreciate your call. You got your views, you got your opinions, very articulate. Well done. And we'll definitely have you on again, my friend, okay?
All right, mate. All right,
Take care, brother.
Cheers.
Excellent caller. You may not agree with all of these viewpoints, but he has the confidence to come on and give us a call. If you want to express your views and opinions, would love some City fans to come on as well. 0203 606 0315. Interesting stat brought up here by Ross off the old Twitter box. Man City against the top 6 sides so far this season. Beaten United 2-1 away. Beaten Chelsea 1-0 away. At home against Arsenal 3-1. At home against Liverpool 5-0. Absolutely devastating top 6 form. They are the best team in the league. There's no getting away from that. But I still think, and I'm not putting them down at all, United should have done so much better today. More clinical up front. Sloppy mistakes from set pieces. Man United ain't losing this game today. So I get the previous caller's points. Get rid of some dead wood. And I do think we need to move some players out. I think we have too many average players. But you get rid of 3 of them and bring in Perisic, you bring in Dybala as an example, and then maybe a better quality central midfielder. Just take someone, say, like, even Wanyama, someone of that level, just better than and Herrera. Bring that 3 level quality players in with the youth players that we've got, and this Man United team goes up to that next level. I really, truly, honestly believe that. I'm going to do some of the Twitter and Facebook comments here. Franklin says Manchester is blue. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, getting some banter here from the City fans, and of course they should be happy. Kongzilla, is that a play on Godzilla? I think so. Well done. Says here, Michael Oliver plays. It is the worst referee I have seen in years. Yeah, I lost my proverbial when he booked Ander Herrera. Now, I'm not overly convinced it was a penalty, but it was the fact he booked Herrera and let Gabriel Jesus get away with a blatant dive earlier on in the game. That type of inconsistency, that type of poor officiating can ruin games. Absolutely disgraceful from Michael Oliver there. Would love your opinions on it. Maybe you thought it was a penalty to Herrera. We've got a call that's coming through here, then we're going to go to a little Twitter stat as well. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What would you like to say?
My name's Simon, and I'm a City fan.
Hello, Simon, City fan. What was your thoughts on today's game? Were you impressed with your City boys?
No, because obviously we're not at our best, like what we've shown throughout the season. It was 3 fluffy goals that we scored. But the cliche is that's the sign of champions, and I love watching the game.
Of course, and I think...
Honestly,
yeah, go on.
I said, obviously, I want to win every game, but I think that the game should have been a 1-1 or a 2-2 if we were being, if the game went evenly.
When you look at your team today, were you frustrated that City weren't able to open Manchester? You saw how Arsenal opened Manchester United up and created an abundance of chances. Were you frustrated that you couldn't do more of that today?
Yeah, I am. But at least United didn't park the bus or anything. They actually went for it. But our last 4 or 5 games, we've had teams that have just sat back and defended the whole game. But United didn't do that. That's why it was really hard for us to break through.
But at least we tried and we got the 3 points at the end, so that's all that really matters.
Look, really appreciate your honesty. The 3 points, 11 points clear at the top, pretty much means you're almost champions. Well done.
Thank you.
Take care.
Can I ask you one more question, please?
Yeah, go for it.
Obviously, I don't want this to happen, but if City throw away the league, now being 11 points clear, what does that say about, like, Pep Guardiola and the mentality of the Manchester City squad? What do you think?
Wow. Do you know what? Like, I'm a Man United fan, so I wanted United to win today. But I had a point of view that I wanted to see City lose because I want to see their mentality tested. You saw, I've seen teams in the past in the league. United have done it, Arsenal have done it, Newcastle have done it on occasions where they're well ahead, they lose a game and everything crumbles and falls apart. Because a big part of this isn't tactical, footballing ability. A big part of this is around your mentality. So I don't think it will happen. I think Guardiola is a good enough manager to see City over the line, but I want to see them tested by losing a game.
Thank you.
Lovely. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.
Straight into another call here. Welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Exchange Gaming 11, please.
Sorry?
Exchange Gaming 11, please. Alright. Oh, just call me Didi. D-I-D-I.
Didi?
Yeah.
What's happening? Are you a City fan or Man United?
Man United fan.
Man United. How are you feeling after that game?
Huh?
How are you feeling after that defeat, my friend?
Disappointed.
Why?
Because Manchester City won.
I know that, but what disappointed you most about Man United's performance? Describe it to us.
They should have won.
They should have won. Well, if they didn't score enough goals, they shouldn't have done. But what should they have done differently to get the victory, buddy?
Well, they should be won. I have no idea.
I gotta go, sorry, no idea. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh at callers, but some of you, honestly, you make my heart light. I was in a bad mood after Man United losing, but that caller, if I had a prize to give out, he would win it. There we go. A lot of the comments talking about this guy as well. Ty here on the comments here on YouTube says, Man United need a Rooney-type figure in the team. Someone whose presence will boost the morale of the players across the pitch. Valencia is class, but Man United need more leaders. That's an interesting point. It really, really is. You know what the biggest issue I had with today? Lukaku was one thing. Man United's midfield couldn't dominate the area because it was 3-on-2. Too many times. You look at City's heat map. You can go on City's heat map online. You see the majority of the time City had the ball in midfield and then nearer to Man United's goal. Another call coming through here. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What would you like to say? And what's your name, first of all? Sorry.
Okay, Terry. My name is Mark.
Mark, how you doing, buddy? You City or United?
I'm United, mate.
United. How you feeling after that game, mate?
I'm feeling a bit gutted, to be honest with you. I mean, in the first 15, 20, 30 minutes, we were like half asleep. We were like not working. And then we kind of woke up a little bit after they scored and we started kicking in. And it was so frustrating. And the way Lukaku's getting a lot of stick at the moment, I think it's a bit uncalled for. I mean, the guy's working his arse off and he's not getting fed at all. And he's getting a lot of stick.
Yeah, people will focus on, obviously, that he had the opportunity, it hit the City keeper in the face. But that was the only clear-cut chance that the United team created for him today.
Exactly. I mean, if that wasn't a pure luck chance in the face, you know, that's a clear goal. You know, everybody's going on TV like, oh, it's a great save like De Gea. The second save was, it was a decent save, yeah. But the first save, that was just pure luck, obviously. But I mean, the guy's living off scraps at the moment. And like I say, obviously we missed Pogba today, no doubt. But yeah, it's like, it's mental. I had so much to say and it's just gone out of my head now. I'm on the phone. I've been trying to ring for about 20 minutes.
No worries, but yeah, we're really, really busy. But look, I'll ask you some things. I'll put my point of view across. I was very critical of Lukaku today. I was unhappy with his hold-up play, that his touch was poor. On the saves, though, so I didn't really ever go at him missing that chance. I was sitting here with the producers and everybody watching it, and I made this point, which I'll make to you and obviously all the viewers watching. If David De Gea had made that double save, Man United fans would say world-class save. They wouldn't have had a go at the City attacker for missing the opportunity.
Yeah, no, not at all, yeah. Yeah, they probably would have, yeah. I mean, De Gea's on fire, isn't he? I mean, everything that De Gea touches turns to gold at the moment, so, you know, De Gea's on fire. So if it comes off the gate, it's big, pardon my French, you know, it's an amazing save. But yeah, I just frustrated, mate, to be honest with you. I mean, like I say, I mean, the way we pressed at the end and towards the end, I thought we woke up and we could have done a lot better. Just like you say, I agree with you as well. I mean, Lukaku's touch and yeah, it wasn't the best, but he's trying. He's not getting he's not getting 100% service, is he? So he's doing the best he can. But if he was getting more and more and more, he'd be clicking a little bit more and he'd be doing a little bit better. But he's just living off. He is living off scraps, and
when you
just the time wasting at the end as well, that was killing me, mate. I've never seen City waste time as much in my life.
No,
I've never seen City do that before.
It was frustrating because, you know, when they're doing nothing wrong, but it was just like, every time they won it, the fans are cheering, of course. So that's obviously part and parcel of the passion of football. When you look at this Manchester United team, though, are they... Was it the midfield area today? Was that the biggest problem? Herrera and Matic up against three world-class central midfielders from Man City. Should Jose have gone with three men in midfield?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we do miss. I mean, we've got Pogba and we've got Matic, but I think we do miss that. You know, that little spark, that little buzzard. You know, somebody that can. You know, I mean, City are so quick. That's the one thing that misses about our midfield. We've got a decent midfield, but we don't ping it across so quick and attack. Whereas City just 1-2 pass and they're on your 6 yard line. You know, they're just so quick. They're there so quick, and that's the one thing that we miss. We turn back a lot instead of going forward. We just don't have that We don't have the creativity going forward. I don't feel just that. I mean, City's movement today was, I mean, as any game, it's unbelievable, you know. The way they pass and ball, it's like Barcelona, you know. It's 1-2 touch and space, and there you go. You know, they never seem like there's anybody marking them. They're always free. The movement is amazing. You can't deny that. But I thought once we woke up, you know, I thought City took a step back because they thought, you know what, these boys have woke up.
I understand that. You sound like you were very impressed with Man City. I've said on many times that I think they're the best team in the world right now. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say that. I mean, I've not seen them for a while against like a top team. Well, I say a top team. I mean, we're a top team. But, you know, you've always got the likes of Barca and Madrid and all of that and Munich and stuff like that. But yeah, they're definitely up there. You know, they're top 3, top 4 teams in the world, easy. And I thought we did really well today, to be honest with you. I mean, without Pogba, I mean, I know everybody goes on about Pogba not being there and everything, but he is a big loss.
Totally agree. Look, an amazing call. Considering you said you didn't know what you were going to say, brilliant, really articulate points. We'll have you on again soon.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Nice one. Appreciate
Thank you.
That.
Bye-bye.
See you in a bit, mate. Bye-bye.
Interesting what he says there. I'm going to go to a tweet from the Drury Devil in a moment, but I just want to say really quickly, the one thing I think United need to improve on is having more ballers on the pitch. United look better. Our possession rates went up by 12% once Lindelof was on the pitch, a man who's good in possession. You've got Herrera and Rojo and Link. So many of our players are not ballers. Not got the techers on the ball. That's why we miss Pogba massively. And that's one thing that Man City have in abundance. And United need to have more players that are more technically gifted on the ball. I'm going to read out this tweet before we take any more calls here. It's a Drury Devil. Now, some people might say this is a salty Manchester United fan. Others may think he has a point. It says, Dear at FA. So this is the English FA. I'm writing to you about the quite frankly shockingly soft refereeing from Michael Oliver in the Manchester derby. If you're trying to make it a non-contact sport, then he's the man for the job. Fouls for shoulder barges are pathetic. Congratulations on killing the game. I think this came from the point where Jesse Lingard, who weighs about 3 stone, managed to shoulder barge Otamendi, who's a big muscly geezer, to the floor, and the referee gave it. So obviously other decisions, the dive from Jesus not being punished, the potential red card, David Silva tackling Herrera. A lot of people were disappointed with that. We have got another call about to come through as well that we're going to go to as well. But interesting views from Jority. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
My name is Ali Osman.
Say that again, please.
Ali.
Ali. Hello, Ali. City or United? Which half of the city are you sitting in?
Man United, obviously.
Man United, obviously. What's your thoughts then on that game today? What disappointed you the most?
You know, I think Man United played good, but I was disappointed by Lukaku's performance. I thought he I was disappointed. Like, I thought he could have done better, but...
What was it? Was it the miss that he had? Was it his touch, his hold-up play, his work rate? What was it about the performance from him that frustrated you most?
The miss at the end. I was like, if you're watching on Sky Sport, you may have heard that Thierry even said that that should have been a goal. If Aguero had that chance, he would have scored. I'm telling you, like. I was just...
Let me. Do you know what? I've been critical of Lukaku. The boys here, anyone watching, the viewers, I've said he should be dropped after today's game. What I say about converting chances, one of the greatest strikers in the history of football, Jimmy Greaves, said this. If he scored the goals he missed and missed the goals he scored, he'll have had 3 times the amount of goals. And only recently has Cristiano Ronaldo broken his total goal scoring record. That's how good Jimmy Greaves was. So I get Thierry Henry's point, maybe he should have scored. But every striker in the world misses more than they convert. For me, the miss is the red herring. It's the hold-up play. It's the complete package from Lukaku that isn't quite working right now. That needs to be worked on the training pitch. But I do understand your point. Herrera's performance is getting a lot of criticism as well. Do you think he's good enough for Man United?
Yeah, I think Herrera is good, but I just don't think he's got the game time this season as he would have wished to.
I understand that. Look, really do appreciate your call. Thank you very much for coming in. Coming on, sorry.
Okay,
Take care. Thank you. Good. I want to read out this tweet, and then I'm going to ask it of the next caller. Tweet here from Mr. Ozak Cruz, who says, can we now agree that Pep Guardiola is better than Jose? Guardiola's record versus Mourinho so far in his career is 20 played, 10 wins, 6 draws, 4 losses. We'll come back to that in a moment. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
It's me, Tommy Terry.
Tommy? Tommy who?
Yeah. Tommy Wickens.
Hello. Is your voice broken since we last spoke?
No, sorry, mate. Am I through?
You are through. I just don't know.
Oh,
the only other Tommy I know is quite a young kid, and I thought your voice had broke.
No. Hi, mate. Yeah, I'm just a Man United fan, big Man United fan, and I just want to get with Ander Herrera. He's been so good. Not recently, but he was so good like last year, and I don't know what's happening this year. He just hasn't come into performance like he did previously, and without Pogba, it just makes such a big difference if he's not doing what he was doing last year.
But I know why that is. Do you want me to tell you?
What? No, go on, mate.
I'll tell you why, because last year his job was the enforcer. He did brilliantly when I asked for him to be sold, because everyone said he was this creative midfield player, brilliant on the ball. He isn't. Last year, Jose played him in a role to break up play, hustle players, intercept and crunch people. This year, we've gone and brought Matic, who's better than him at doing that and can also play. So now Herrera's job is to try and play football again. He's looking average. He is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look, he's a good player. Look, he's a professional footballer. I'm not saying he's an average player. I'm saying at the elite level Man United need, he's not good enough. Today, every time he got the ball against one of the best teams in the world, he was panicked, hurried. Man United need better than that. And I mean, no disrespect to Ander Herrera, because he loves the club and he works hard. But it's not just about that. He has to be good enough on the ball, and quite simply, he's not. What are your views on sort of the tactics today from Jose Mourinho? Should he have put more in midfield?
Oh, definitely. I think he should have went with the 3. I just think it was too attack-minded. You know what I mean? I love Martial, I love Rashford and Lukaku, but against City, you need a lot more men in midfield. Just keep the midfield more packed, try contain them that way, and then if it gets on later in the game, and it's still 0-0, 1-1, then you can bring Zlatan on and go from there. I just think it was too attack-minded, and when we've also got Lukaku and Martial on, we never seem as balanced for some reason.
In terms of Lukaku, would you drop him?
Definitely. Not in the sense that I think he's been awful, but he's just not helping the reputation of, he bottles it in the big games, he does it this, because he has got a good attitude for work rate and stuff like that. But if he keeps putting in performances like this, Chelsea, he's not helping himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree. Look, we've got to go. We've got Flex from the United stand coming on. Amazing call, Tommy. Please come on again.
Cheers, mate. Thank you for that.
Nice one. Different Tommy whose voice didn't break, but there we go. Going to get Flex on from the United stand in just a moment. Interesting comments from Jose Mourinho that are now breaking through. Being asked whether he thought it was a fair game. And he says, depends on how you analyse it. When you see City, you expect to see great goals, not disgraceful goals. They had apparent control of the game, but their goalkeeper had to make the best saves. An interesting one there. Would love your views and opinions on that. Flex.
How's it going?
Oh, I felt like crying at times. And that was when I was stuck in... That weren't just when I was stuck in the snow. That game... honestly, today, the snow, the weather, the result, I am frustrated as a United fan. How do you feel, though, mate?
Yeah, I'm really gutted, really gutted. I mean, yes, Pogba was going to be missing. We knew that before the game. I was predicting that, we'd find a way, we'd have a game plan for City, we'd shut space down, we wouldn't allow the likes of De Bruyne and Silva to run the game. And it was completely the opposite. I mean, from the off, you could see all the players behind the ball. It did seem like the bus was parked at times today, for 100% sure about that. Yes, you've got to pay City some respect and have a game plan and maybe let them have the ball in areas, but it was really poor. Really poor. There's a lot of angry fans out here. A lot of criticism on Lukaku today. Yes, he didn't play very well. I thought there was times where, he needed to hold the ball better, he needed to put it about a bit, and he just didn't do it. When he got into good positions, he was a bit wasteful. But then, there's fans here saying that he should be gone, we should never have bought him, Mourinho's lost the plot.
Wow.
A lot of fans here. Yeah, it's a lot of toxic waves around Old Trafford.
I have to say, on that, I think that's extremely disrespectful. Like... Man, I made this point to a few people. I'm not happy with today's result, and Lukaku's been in really poor form. But we saw what he did when he came to the club. So that player hasn't just disappeared. Maybe United have got to change a bit of their approach. What I would say is that look at the improvement from last year to this year in terms of points haul, where we sit in the league. What's not controllable, from Jose Mourinho's point of view, is the progression that Pep Guardiola has been able to produce at Man City. And... I find it a little bit harsh that people are saying that he's lost the plot, it's toxic, and that Lukaku needs to be sold right now, because I just find that to be extremely premature. What's your thoughts on that? How do you feel about it as a United fan?
I mean, we know what we're getting with Lukaku when we got him, in terms of he's not a player who's going to bring himself into the game. He needs service. That's him. He doesn't have those attributes where he's good on the ball. He can come deep and come and get the ball when it's not going his way. He needs feeding, and I think we're starting to see that now with the lack of supply that he has. He's not going to shine, and then when his goals dry up, it looks like he's doing nothing. I do think he's been a bit unfairly treated, because when he's gone like 8 and 8, banging them in, he could do no wrong. But as football fans, unfortunately, a lot of us are fickle, and when the going's good, it's easy to have that hope and think that you've got the right men, and when it gets tough, people start switching allegiance. So I think he's a bit of a victim of that at the minute, if I'm honest. But there was so much more wrong with the performance today than Lukaku. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's been Man United fans for me, and I was doing that, and I've openly come out and said I was wrong to do that when it was Moyes and with LVG, because it is more than one problem. For me, the biggest issue today was midfield. I think Jose got it wrong by playing 2 men in midfield. They dominated the area, and they had the ball around the edge of our box far too easily. And
that's it.
And that pushed us deep. That made Lukaku more isolated. And you got it Flex bang on. And I've called for Lukaku to be dropped, mainly for a confidence thing. But he is so isolated.
I honestly think, with Mourinho, with the kind of person that he is, I think he just doesn't want to lose face. I mean, about a month ago, when the criticism was on Lukaku, Mourinho came out and said in a post-match conference that Lukaku should be exempt from any criticism. What he does for the team is phenomenal, and I just think that now the pressure's on him. I just see it as he doesn't want to go back on his word because he backed him. He's doing it with Mkhitaryan. He's not playing good enough. You're out. Matter, he made a mistake at Huddersfield. We didn't see him for 3 or 4 games. Martial not pulling his weight. Him and Rashford chopping and changing. But with Lukaku, it's like, it seems like he can do no wrong, and that worries me. I think that's Mourinho's ego that's actually causing that.
I think with Mourinho, what I've noticed is that your performance is, of course, important. I think it's about your attitude and application over everything else. In terms of, with the players you've mentioned, Mkhitaryan being one of them, when he's playing poorly, he's heads down, he's not trying to get involved. I think if you're running around and you're working hard, if you're giving all, if you're doing everything the manager tells you to do, I think he actually forgives you mistakes. Players that Jose seems to fall out with or drop or sell are players that are not following through with his game plan. So I respect Lukaku for that. My issue is that he just looks devoid of confidence at the moment, and I think Jose trying to play him through hasn't worked. You've got Zlatan on the bench waiting to start. You've got Martial that can be moved into the central roles. Maybe now it's time to sort of go out there and do that. In terms of moving forward, do you think that's it? Title race over now?
100%. I mean, I said it before the game, and I'll stand by it. If we lost here today, in my opinion, it's over. It's too much. City, look, they're a good team. They're a good team. They're well drilled. Their midfield is unbelievable. And, you know, but they do have weaknesses. They do have weaknesses, which I said we could try to exploit today, but we didn't. But I do think the title race is gone, and that's another thing. I've just been interviewing a lot of fans here today to try and get some light from a really bad result. And I've asked them, you know, how do we get something out of the season now? Where do we go from here? And some were saying, you know, it's not over till it's over. You know, we go against Bournemouth midweek, and, you know, City lose, then it's back on. Some are saying no chance. You know, let's focus on the FA Cup. Let's try and win the Champions League. So there's a lot of mixed thoughts. I think personally the league's gone. I don't think City is surrendering an 11-point lead this early.
Yeah.
At this stage of the season, I just can't see it. They're playing too well, and they've got a massive cushion. And
yeah.
You know,
They could afford to lose 3 games on the bounce, and they'd still be. Let me read you this quote. Pep Guardiola's come out and said, "Amazing. We played outstanding. To come here to Old Trafford and play the way we did with the ball was so clever. It was an important game for us, of course. Football is complicated. It's not easy."
You have to say he set his team out well. They didn't change the way they play, and we completely changed the way we've played. I mean, against Arsenal, we didn't park the bus. We forced them into mistakes. We pressed high up the pitch in the right areas and pressed the right players. I wanted to see that today. Yes, you can't maybe try and go toe-to-toe with City and say, right, we'll try and pick you off because they're excellent football inside. But to sit back and not even press their backline into hurrying mistakes, you know, that really disappointed me. So, to be honest, it pains me to say it, but Pep's got every right to say that his team's played well today because they have. At times, they took the mick out of us, if I'm honest. At times, De Bruyne was just, you know, walking through at will, and he's been doing that all season. But, you know, we expect at home against our biggest rivals, we expect to put a number on him. And he had the freedom in the middle of the park, as did Silva, as did Sane, Sterling, whatever you want to make of him about diving and people not liking him. He was the threat the whole game. All their whole front three was. Jesus was lively. And it pains me to say it, but Pep's right. His team's played well today.
One thing I want to ask you, not a lot of people are talking about it, maybe because we've lost. I thought we improved when we brought on Lindelof and we had an extra baller on the pitch, someone that could actually hold on to the ball and pass it out from the back. That's something that in the first half I was looking at our core. Smalling, Rojo, Matic, who's decent to be fair, Herrera, and then you had Lukaku and Lingard. I don't look at any of those players and think a technically gifted baller.
No.
And that's where I think United need to improve.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people saying that we've got too much dead wood at the club. We need to get rid of a lot of players. A lot of people saying that the personnel isn't good enough. I mean, once Pogba gets injured, we have... Yes, Pogba's an amazing player, and you're not going to get a like-for-like. I understand that. But we need to have something closer than what we have. A lot of people have been digging Herrera out today for all he's done last season and his performances. Yes, they were very good last season. He doesn't have those attributes. Yes, he's got heart, he's got passion, but it's his ability to take games by the scruff of the neck and produce things. It's not him. It's not him.
Yeah.
He's the kind of player who, you bring him in to do a dirty job on someone like he did on Hazard. That's the sort of thing we needed from him today. To just maybe sit on De Bruyne or sit on Silva, one of the two.
Yeah.
But we didn't get it. We didn't get it.
Yeah, look, absolutely. Heart and soul, but not much else. Look, buddy, I really, really do appreciate your call. Obviously, everyone will look forward to getting your fan cans up later. That's Flex, everyone from the United stand. Thank you very much, bud.
Thanks very much for having me on, man.
Never an issue, mate. Thank you.
All right, cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye. Good to hear the points of view from Flex there from the United stand. Obviously, loads of comments coming in from everybody here. Please remember, whatever platform you're watching this on, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, wherever it may be, please hit that like button for us. That's so important for the channels that you're watching it on. Hit the share button as well. the more views, the more opinions we get. As for me, that's what helps educate me on football, what you guys have got to say. Still taking some more calls, 0203 606 0315. I'm going to do a comment. Oh, cool, that quick, look at that. Super fast. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
It's Everyday Same.
Everyday Same. What's happening?
Yeah. Not a lot at the moment, mate. Not a lot at the moment.
How are you feeling after that game, bud?
Well, it's disappointing, isn't it, to lose in that manner? You know, we were always going to go up against it without our best player. We all knew this, but we thought we could, find a way to do it. To lose those goals was disappointing, and the way we could have beaten them was to fight them. And when we did that, we could have matched them, but we showed them too much respect. But, what disappoints me is that we all defend Jose, we all love Jose, but how, we were outnumbered in the midfield against Everton. Rooney had his best game at Old Trafford for 5 years. We were outrun in the midfield against Southampton. We were outrun in the midfield against Liverpool. We were outrun in the midfield against Chelsea. 4-2-3-1 is for losers, and a 4-2-3-1 with that Pogba is suicide. So how can you be the best manager in the world and play 4-2-3-1 against City? Tell me that. How?
Look, I rate Jose Mourinho as the best manager in the world. I'm not going to change that opinion because of a poor result like this, but I think you're right on that. It should have been, I said it in my preview, I concur with it. I know there were prominent United supporters and sort of commentators all throughout that game saying 2 men in midfield is suicide. And I think you're okay doing that against the bottom 8 sides at Old Trafford and most of the bottom sides when you're away from home, because we're good enough. The issue is when you're playing against the creme de la creme, the best of the best, you have to match them in those midfield areas. And if you don't do it, you get overrun like we did today. And I think that was the catalyst to the problems United had. And that then affects Lukaku. I'm looking here on Twitter. His touches. This is the problem with stats. And I want your view on this as well and everybody viewing it. The context is often taken away. Why is he having so few touches? I'll tell you why. Because United are lumping the ball up to him. And do you know what? And I think it's almost an ignorant point of view of players. Because he's big and strong and tall, we think he just loves the ball being lumped up to him. He's not that kind of striker. He likes to play off the shoulder. He likes to be fed through. He likes to knock it past someone and run. He can't do that if we're not getting up the field with him.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to remember that it's Lukaku's first season, and Lukaku's style of play is to get the ball on a first-time pass, which is something that just doesn't happen unless Pogba's in the team. There were 5 players between him and the rest of the Man United team. Pep even made Sterling play in the middle, so at times it was 4 against 2 in the middle of the park. It's so glaringly obvious to all us who are not. I'm supporting Jose, but how can it be so glaringly obvious to all of us, and yet he doesn't do it? I don't see it. I really don't see it. If we'd have had more faith in the youth and played people like McTominay or whatever against Liverpool and just played a 3-man midfield, we would have so many more points.
Look, I agree with
you. It's disappointing because we should have fought them. But this 4-2-3-1 is just, it's killing us.
No, I agree with you in those games, and Jose will find himself eventually if we're second in the league. We're in the knockout stage of the Champions League. But if you start getting knocked out of the running for other trophies, dropping down in the league because of these mistakes, fans won't be so forgiving. And look, I've asked for Lukaku to be dropped because his overall contribution isn't particularly great. The 2 mistakes today that led to their goals, Lukaku obviously, knocking the ball down for Silva and then the really poor clearance. I can forgive him those mistakes because they're human errors. What I'm finding frustrating is that the way we're playing football isn't conducive for Lukaku's style of play. So I don't want Lukaku in the team, and I don't mean that rudely. It's just it doesn't work for him. We're playing a style of football that suits Zlatan.
Well, but the flip side to that is the reason that the other players in Man United are scoring more goals is because of the thing that Lukaku does do, which is push the defence back. So it's a double-edged sword. You can blame him for being a klutz because that second goal was disgraceful. But what you can't blame him for is the service that he's not getting. And you can't have the best of both worlds because as soon as you play Zlatan, everyone plays with a high line and we've got no room to play and the rest of the team stops scoring.
Yeah, look, really good points there. And obviously, it's nice to get those viewpoints because of obviously the comments people are making online. And I hope everyone's listening. Look, I really do appreciate your views, your opinions. Got a few more calls to get through. Thank you very much.
No problem,
Take care. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name, bud? We got through to a porn show. We'll cut that off. Look, we're going to start wrapping this up soon anyway. Look, I think City, well done to you. 11 points clear at the top of the league. I wouldn't say it was a vintage performance in any way, shape or form, but you got the 3 points and that's all that matters. A few people here commentating about the about Matic's elbows. He didn't elbow. You're allowed to use your arms. You're talking about him elbowing 2 players that are about 3 foot tall. Oh, we've got one more call coming through that we'll take. That's not a problem. Oh, they've gone. Maybe that was my fault. Maybe I cut them off. I didn't mean to there. But look, it's been a disappointing day for Man United fans. It really, really has. But at the end of the day, both teams have got to regroup, come back. There's more football to be played. United are still second in the league. Let's not forget that. I know there's a lot of toxicity around Old Trafford at the moment. Be interesting to see some of the fan cams come up later. Obviously, leave us your comments below, subscribe to the channel, check out the One Football app. The link is in the description below. We are FanPark Live, powered by the ultimate football fan. Thank you so much. Good day. God bless. Be safe in the snow. Make sure you get your backsides to work tomorrow. School will be cancelled. Wish my son was at school because I could have a day off work then. But anyway, take care. God bless. Goodbye. And I'll see you all again very, very soon.